It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports. And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the New Orleans Saints and the Indianapolis Colts. And it's all up next.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one, as it'll be the New Orleans Saints taking on the Indianapolis Colts. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, the Colts coming off a tough year, just 4 wins in 2022. You think that they can compete this year in the AFC South?
I do, because I think it's a wide-open division, brand new head coach, brand new way of doing things, likely a brand new quarterback, and a defense that I think is a little bit on the underrated side. So yes, absolutely, I think they can compete in their division.
And then for the visiting Saints, most people might not realize this. You talk about defenses against the pass last year. The Eagles Super Bowl team, they were number 1, but coming in at number 2, these New Orleans Saints.
Remember, they're led by a defensive-minded head coach, and he plans really well on that side of the ball. Want to see if they can continue that and find some firepower moving the ball on offense.
So here come the Saints to take over for the first time. And here's the new man under center after 9 seasons as a Raider. Derek Carr is the guy.
It's going to take some time to adjust to seeing Carr running out in a new uniform instead of black and silver. It's black and gold. 35,000 yards and over 200 touchdowns with the Raiders. The Saints more than willing to let him air it out all game long to a talented group of pass catchers in the Big Easy.
A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Extra receivers help spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Kamara up the middle. A solid stiff arm. And he's taken down inside the 30. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Boy, no problems getting down the field here on this opening drive. They've looked really sharp in the early going, and they've come up with some big plays already. Here's another that's going to set up 1st and goal.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this as he fought through that first contact. It's 2nd down. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Carr now on 3rd and goal. Got a man open. It's Thomas. It's a touchdown for New Orleans. Michael Thomas, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Saints get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's Michael Thomas who ends it with a touchdown reception. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. McKenzie will not return this, and it'll be brought out to the 25. The Colts offense set to go to work, and they're led by a guy who's bounced around a bit the last few years, hoping to find a home with Indianapolis, Gardner Minshew.
Even though the Colts went quarterback to start the NFL draft, they wanted a veteran under center this season. They tapped Minshew as that guy. The mustache and the mullet are in the Circle City, and he is their starter.
Minshew and the Colts going to come up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. In motion right is Pittman. Now here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give to Taylor. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Minshew's throw going to be caught by McKenzie. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so offense has...
And the ball is free. Taylor lost it. And this is picked up by the Saints. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. He was trying to do anything he could to get that final little bit for the first down. Instead, he lost the ball.
Yeah, and he was short of the first down, but not by much. Trying his best, as you noted, to get there. Sometimes that extra effort can cost you.
New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. The Saints with the football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. Slot man moves right. 2nd down, and it's Kamara again. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss. 3rd and long, defense with no fear. They brought the pressure.
Zero fear at all. That means they feel really good about the guys who are going to cover. But the biggest one is they think their pressure will get there before he has a chance to find an open receiver.
Here comes the Saints punter now. Back deep for the Colts, Isaiah McKenzie. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And there's so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
That one's on Quentin Nelson, the all-pro guard. Off the option, here's Taylor. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, second down. He's already put it on the ground once in this first half. There, no gain, just struggling to get going.
Yeah, and what he needs right now, a dose of confidence, which means his guys have to chop a hole, a big one for him.
And he loses the football a second time.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. They give to Taylor out of the gun. Stays on his feet. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. It'll be a gain of 7, but I'd imagine we'll see the punt team here on fourth down.
Well, the guys who are paid to make the tackles deserve some kudos there, but I think they deserve even bigger ones because in that situation, they had to be thinking pass. Loosened up defense, going to pass coverage. Instead, maybe they surprised them a little bit running the ball, yet they rallied to it and stopped them well short of a first down.
Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on fourth down to punt this thing. Deep for New Orleans is Rashid Shaheed. This will be fielded at the 17. So call that a 56-yard punt with a return of about 11. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never...
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, Indianapolis. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and they score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. So only even at 7 now as they kick it away. Alvin Kamara and the Saints set to start their next drive. Looking for a bounce back. Had the fumble a moment ago that went for a touchdown the other direction. See if he can get back in rhythm.
And you have to be very careful about having too quick of a hook with really good players. I did a guy's game in high school where he fumbled 3 times in the first quarter. Finished with over 300 yards on the night. Later ended up in the NFL. If you get a talented back, give it back to him. Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
It's caught inside the 25 and down to the 16-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. 63 yards.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Second down and 8. Here's Carr. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
There's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Oh, some strong running. And the Colts are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball, just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference. Final adjustments taking place in both teams' locker rooms. We're closing in on the second half, and to bring it your way, let's go back up to Indianapolis and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Set and ready to go for the second half. One touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. From his end zone, Isaiah McKenzie. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us. Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Second down, another run with Taylor. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
But so far, this game has gone the way the defensive coordinator had hoped. They've dictated things. They've not let him run the ball very well at all. They gave up a nice game there. I doubt it'll back off their confidence. They've played so well throughout this entire game.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. They get 5, and it will go ahead and move the chains. Well, after an interception, possession, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it, pick up first down.
Touchdown, Indianapolis! Gardner Minshew, 53 yards, and the Colts have taken the lead.
Brandon, you and I have called a lot of college football in our day, but on Sundays here in the NFL, doesn't it look a lot like what we used to see on Saturdays when we called those games?
Yeah, option plays just like we saw. That was a long touchdown to the option. What you taught me, though, defensively, you get your eyes in the wrong place on a play like that, you're in trouble.
What's the term that's in vogue in the NFL? Eye violations. The offense wants you to put your eyes in the wrong spot so that they can appear in others.
Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that drive, 4 plays. And it was Gardner Minshew who finished things off himself with a touchdown run. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. Muscles by at the 25. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. Well, Charles, you and I said at intermission, feels like we're set up for a good second half. Well, the other side scored. Now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the second half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like.
It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Saints. A big play there. 72 yards. And the Saints are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
Hey, when you're thinking about your opening drive in the third quarter, you're thinking about exactly that, putting together a drive. But instead, what did we get?
Big pass downfield, touchdown. I thought, okay, I'm just sitting back in my chair. Let's get eased in, a couple runs. No, boom.
Yeah, forget the body blows, folks. Let's throw the big shot right now.
Extra point right down the middle, and we are tied at 14. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. 1-play drive and into the end zone for 6. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. McKenzie now from his end zone. Fighting his way through contact. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. Shifts by him. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 44 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. Defense really kept him in check running the football in the first half. Maybe that'll be a spark for him here in half 2.
So 2 words come to mind for me. Resilient, because he has to keep bouncing back after some limiting runs. And how about relentless? Keep going, knowing that you may pop one, as he just did there.
A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis, and also moved the sticks.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. 1st and 10, Taylor now. Indianapolis. 35 yards for Jonathan Taylor. And the Colts have moved out in front here in the final minute of the third quarter. Well, we we've said it many times, he is always a threat to go the distance anytime he's got the ball in his hands. And on this occasion, he did just that.
Well, he's definitely the guy that makes this offense go. And when you're an RB1, running back one, you've got to be willing to be patient at times as well. Not every run's going to be the home run we saw there. But once you get that opportunity and that opening, you take full advantage.
Extra point by Gain is up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get, and now off to the races, down the right side. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Here's Kamara off the draw. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Carr to throw on 2nd down. And this is caught inside the 5. And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time on what's going to wind up being the final play of the 3rd quarter. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Indianapolis. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game, and all that pregame whooping has turned into results.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Kamara trying again. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
I have to laugh a little bit because he actually handed it off. I thought with the 2 touchdown passes he's thrown in this one already, he'd go ahead and fling and try and get a 3rd one.
Yeah, now from this spot on 3rd down, I think he'd probably throw it here.
Yeah.
That is caught by Olave. Touchdown, New Orleans. A 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Saints are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And no sweat, he puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it was Chris Olave who finished things off with a touchdown. Now this one setting up for a great finish, all tied in the 4th as the kick's away. McKenzie will not return this, and it'll be brought out to the 25. Indianapolis offense ready to go again. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the 4th quarter, and a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. Minshew and the Colts going to come up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication.
Now Minshew has it knocked out, fumble.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
A big play looming on third down. From the gun, Minshew to throw. And that is incomplete. Defensively, mission accomplished, and now with under 3 to go, they may be the last team holding the football.
They may very well be the last team holding the football, unless, of course, you're facing a group that is really aggressive offensively and may want to take a gamble, but theoretically, you've done your job now. You should get the ball back on a punt, but I'd be alert for a fake.
So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. Here's 1st and 10. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And shedding through the tackle.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
At the 35-yard line.
Here comes 2nd down. They run it again with Kamara. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there.
I know a lot of people won't like the draw called in that situation, but every now and then that pops big. In this case, it didn't happen.
The sound reverberating here in the dome. This is 3rd down. He wants it all for the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
They took a big shot there for the end zone, and if he finds a way to come up with it, that might be your game winner. But it was not to be. The coverage was good, and it winds up incomplete.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach is already at.
Oh, my goodness, he loses it again. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Now 2nd and 4. Minshew connecting over the middle with Downs. Huge 1st down, gotta hurry.
Yeah, now they have to get up there, get set, and then spike it.
The Colts going to use the 1st of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Two timeouts still available in this final minute. It's 1st and 10 now. Now Minshew. That's complete to Pierce. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Here's 1st down. From the gun, it's Taylor. A beautiful fake. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
Martin, you got to like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another good pickup.
Now 2nd down and a few inches. To the right side, this is Taylor. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Now here's a timeout, as they will indeed call it with 5 seconds to go and a chance with a field goal to win the game. And this one is right down Broadway. sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. And you know, in an era of cost-cutting and maximizing your roster, this is a club that does not skimp on special teams, and in these situations, it pays dividends.
And that's great vision by the organization. When the difference between winning or losing depends on who you have kicking the ball, would you rather have a street free agent out there or a solid pro like this? Answer's pretty evident to me.
Well, this one, partner, was fun down to the very end. They got the points late, right before the whistle. Then the ensuing kickoff. They were hoping for magic on the other side, but couldn't get that spark.
Fun if you won, and fun for us, because we got to watch it and call it. That magic that you were talking about didn't occur at the end, but what a game all the way through.